In this video, I'm going to show you how Roger Federer changed his forehand and won 3 Grand Slams after not winning a single one for 4 years. Coming up. A lot of people cited Roger's backhand change, his better court position, his better movement as the reasons he was able to come back, regain the #1 ranking, and win 3 slams after a 4-year drought. But one reason I've not heard anyone talk about is how Roger actually shortened up his forehand swing. Now, whether this happened on purpose or that happened just by drilling or the scenario, I'm not sure, but he's adopted a half loop forehand on his forehand swing, and this helped his running forehand tremendously, and it helped his consistency quite a bit as well. He's still getting plenty of racket head speed, plenty of power as we see, but now again, he's adopted more of a half loop forehand. So let's show you what that looks like. So I'm just going to use Doral as an example in these videos a little bit, but I wanted to show you the full loop swing forehand where the right hand comes up to the right shoulder at checkpoint, and he brings it down and he comes through and he swings. But what Federer did, and again, I'm not sure if this was purposeful with the technique, or if this was something that was done through drilling. You can do it both ways. But what he started doing in 2016 is there was a technical change that took place. Now as he goes through the forehand, the right hand only comes up to about the bottom of the chest or the top of the chest. It comes up a little bit higher sometimes when he's hitting higher balls, which makes sense. But on the vast majority of balls, he's about here, then he drops, and he's able to maintain racket head speed because the racket is still reaching this position here where it's tilted off to the right, and then he's got that big whip position and flip, and then he comes through and crushes the forehand. It's been a huge change for him and a huge improvement in his game. It's made all the difference in the world on running forehands and just his forehand in general. So one of the drills that I like to do to help someone with this is to actually let them feel where their hand should be. So I'm going to take my racket, I'm going to stick the handle out. As Doral goes through his unit turn, he's going to try to touch my handle with his right hand. Good. So you can see his chest height is good, right? He's going to do that again. He's going to turn, touch the racket handle. Perfect. So we know the hand is not too high. We're going to do it 2 more times. He's going to touch my racket handle. Perfect. And we're going to do it 1 more time. And one of the things I like about a drill like this, hopefully we don't hurt his hand, but is that he can feel the height that the racket hand is supposed to be at as he goes through his unit turn. I think that's one of the best ways to teach people something, is to actually let them feel it through some type of a response like that. I'm going to have Doral do a full loop forehand, and I'm going to pressure him with my feeds. These hand feeds, are going to be pretty fast, so he's going to not have a lot of time to react, and we'll see how he does hitting the ball. He's going to hit 4 balls cross court. Here we go. Okay. And those are really tough feeds. I didn't tell him beforehand he was going to get 2 nasty feeds like that. Now he's going to go half loop forehand, and we're going to see if that makes any difference. I'm going to mix my feeds up again. He's going to go cross. And let's do 1 more. Okay. Those are really good. So good examples right there. So we went through that drill, showed you some pretty nasty feeds with Doral. Those balls are really tough to handle. He did a very good job. But showing the half loop, right? Showing the full loop and the difference in the time that he had to prepare for the ball. Now let's talk about the second adjustment in Federer's forehand swing that also helped him get through the swing faster. The second adjustment that Roger made is when he's taking the racket back, he's actually keeping his elbow a little bit closer into his body, which sounds insignificant. But what that does is if you keep the elbow in a little bit, it gets the racket a little bit more vertical. So there's a little less forward tilt like this, and the elbow is not away from the side. So again, he's getting through the swing a little bit earlier. Now I'm not saying you need to do this on your forehand or that having your elbow away from your body is bad, but Federer found a way to compact his forehand by keeping the elbow in, doing more of a half loop. Putting those 2 things together has made a huge difference on his forehand. So using Doral as the model, what we're going to do is walk through the new forehand versus the old. So on the old forehand, Roger, what he would do in the preparation, the elbow would immediately get away from the body as he was going through the unit turn, and then he would come through and then he would swing. So we'd see some separation with the hitting elbow right here, getting space. Do that again for me. And then he would come through and swing. That's pretty standard. A lot of people do that. I do that. I'm comfortable with that. But what he changed to was a style where as he goes through the unit turn, the racket's vertical, and that keeps the elbow more in And then as he separates, the elbow extends a little bit away from the body to this position, and now he's coming through. Seems like a really small, insignificant change, but to me, what it did for him at least, and how it benefited him, is it kept his swing more compact. So Darrell, do that again for me. And extend down, and then swing. Kind of a tough thing to do for Darrell. He's not comfortable with that. I'm personally not comfortable with it, but this is an additional change that Roger made besides the height of the hand. So the two things that he did, kept the elbow in more, he's keeping the elbow in more during the take back or the unit turn, and again, the hand height is only going up to about the chest or a little bit above the chest here before he comes down and he swings through. Thank you for watching this video on Roger Federer's forehand change. You know, maybe, hey, go out to the practice court, try a few things, see if those work for you. It was pretty tough for me. I know maybe Darrell's not as comfortable with it either, but it could benefit your forehand, making it more compact. Maybe you get the elbow away, but you do more of a half loop, or maybe you keep the elbow in and do the half loop. Try some of those things on the practice court next time you're out there. If you like this video and you want to see more content like this, smash the like and subscribe button below. Lots more stuff coming. Darrell, Jason, Dustin as well. Thank you so much.